Scare Motley with you with another MySpace update. It's Wednesday, July 30th. We're going to get to some of the regular news later. But first, as I talked about last week, I was planning on doing an interview with Greg McAllister, who is a member of Kayak Championship Wrestling. And we're going to do it right now, but to give him his intro first, he is a member of Kayak Championship Wrestling, known as Madman WK, formerly of Powerhouse Wrestling.
He's known as Jason the Terrible.
Yeah, or so we thought. He's a former Blackjack champion. He's a 10-timer and a 5-timer for Not So Late Night Saturday.
You're damn right.
He's a former World Tag Team Champion in SHF.
You're damn right.
He's about to be assistant manager at his KFC Long John Silver's.
You gotta be a pimp.
And perhaps one of the funniest people you'd ever know in Streeter, and almost everyone in Streeter probably knows him as well as my brother. He is the man beast, world's strongest man, Madman WK. Call him what you will. He has so many nicknames. There's Greg McAllister. And we're here at Marilla Park. We're like the only ones here at Marilla Park, actually. There's no cars around.
Fucking ghost.
Pretty much. So we're going to start off with the Chaotic Championship Wrestling. For those of you wondering, the crowning did not take place last Saturday. It was rescheduled because no one could get a day off. It's on August 9th, I believe. And is it still a night show?
As far as I know, it's going to be a night show. We still need lighting.
Yeah.
But as far as we know, it's going to be a night show. And if you want to come, anyone who's working with Chaotic Championship Wrestling gets in for free. But if anyone wants to come in and watch the show, $5 at the start, and then you get to watch the whole thing. There might be beer there. I don't know.
No. So there are vendors. How long have you been a part of this?
Of Chaotic?
Of CCW.
Chaotic I've been in for about a year. I haven't started wrestling until the start of this year, so around 7 months for wrestling.
Yeah. What exactly is CCW? I mean, I know it's backyard stuff, but what exactly is it in your own words?
In my own words, the only way you can describe CCW is if you take a baby, set it on the ground, poop on it, and then hit it over the head with a chair. That's the only way to describe Chaotic Championship Wrestling. It is probably the most low-down motherfuckers you'll ever meet in your life. But we do some of the craziest shit you'll ever see on YouTube. Which reminds me, YouTube, yeah. If you YouTube us, Chaotic Championship Wrestling, great shit, make sure you watch it.
They are on MySpace too.
We are on MySpace, myspace.com/chaotic, _chaotic_championship_wrestling.
I did not expect you to make the poop on a baby similarity.
No one expects it.
Where did your ring name come from?
Madman WK has been used ever since me and you created Streeter Hardcore Federation.
Yeah. It was HWF until we noticed that in Indianapolis.
Copyright.
Yeah.
But Madman WK, well, one, it shows how much I love my favorite music group, Andrew WK. And then Madman, well, that's what I am when it comes to getting in the ring. You're never gonna see me go in there and just do my thing. No, you're gonna see me go blitzkrieg on the motherfucker and basically knock him out. WK stands for who knows.
Yeah. How many guys wrestle?
In CCW we have somewhere around 15 wrestlers.
Yeah. How can they join?
How can you join? That's a very good question. How can you join? You can either get a hold of me, Greg McAllister. Almost everyone in Streeter has my MySpace, so I'm pretty sure you can fucking find me. And that, or you can either get a hold of Brian, the owner of Chaotic Championship Wrestling.
And by everyone, he means like 500 people. But
yeah.
Anyways.
500 plus on MySpace.
And you guys do training every week.
We do training every week.
So, Any possibility of having females in the company?
Oh, definitely. We don't have a problem with gender. It's just the fact that if you're willing to take a chair shot to the head, you're basically in CCW.
Yeah, it's a perfect segue because some ladies had little children in the truck across the street. You just started making a new finishing maneuver.
Yes.
What is it? What is this all about?
Alright, the new finisher. I haven't made the name for the new finisher yet. As you know, way back when I did the Eclipse. But if you seriously want to see what it is, pay $5 at the door and see this shit, because it's probably the best move that I've created so far.
Okay, well, we talked about the crowning earlier. You are involved, there's 3 matches signed already. You are involved in a triangle ladder match. This is your second ladder match ever, but at the crowning, which I made the logo for, I'll put that up on MySpace soon, but you're involved in the triangle ladder match for the vacant tag titles, where both the world title and the tag title going to be decided at this event.
And another title, but that you'd have to watch the show.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's Kindled Fury and
the Wicked Clowns.
The Wicked Clowns,
my brothers.
And you are tagging with Dimitri, who is also involved in the world title match. So that's your teams for the triangle. You were in the first ladder match. It was called Ladder Match of Endless Opportunities. How dangerous? Yes, and he co-won it actually.
I co-won it with
how dangerous are these ladder matches?
Honestly, it goes between me, Jay Lotus, and Saint Sinner to be the first people to try new stuff out when it comes to the Federation. And I've done the first for 3 things. I've done a ladder match, I've done an I Quit match, and I've done a First Blood match. And out of all of those, even the First Blood ladder match tops it off. Because of the high altitude, and there is no way you're going to get on top of that ladder and not fall off of it at one point.
There's almost guarantee for blood in all these matches, too.
Of course.
I Quit and First Blood. Is there an address for where the CCW training is for these events?
Honestly, whenever I go there, I'm usually drunk. So, you can't ask me where exactly the address is. I know it's, if you go on 7th Street, like when you hit Road Ranger South, hit 7th Street and taking a left, you keep going down, right when you hit the pub, right before the tracks, you take another left, keep going down, right when you turn, that's the house.
Alright, and it's right near my house, but I ain't telling you where my house is. I don't want stalkers. Well, we talked about CCW, and we're talking about your former employer. You referred to him as Power Who, but it's Powerhouse Wrestling. You were there for about a year.
About a year.
Into training. How did you get into there?
The way that I got into there is way back when, a year ago, sometime around September. I've been working with the Total Wreck. Great place to go. I've been working with them, you know, whenever they needed help, I'd go down there. And they just started doing Powerhouse Wrestling shows. And Jim, the owner, told me one day that he's paying for my introduction to Powerhouse Wrestling, and that I'd be doing tryouts that day.
And that was stunning news.
Very.
Okay, how much were you paid, or how much did you have to pay? Because I know training was involved.
With training, I had to pay $100 a month, which, you know, that's based between Tim Lyle, what Tim Lyle wanted you to pay, and me and my brother Jim Miller were both put into paying $100 a month, and if we did a show, we'd probably only get somewhere around $45.
But you didn't make anything. Basically.
I didn't make anything. I lost about $700.
And this was kind of this was kind of where my brother thought you were being screwed over, which we will get into right now. The Timothy Lyle controversy, where you were basically kind of like his second banana, almost, it seemed.
Oh yeah, the fact of the matter is that once me and my brother started training, that's the only thing he wanted to deal with. It was getting me and my brother Jim into Powerhouse Wrestling. And then after a while he started getting more and more people in, and all of a sudden I'd only get calls, when the ring needed to be set up, when, the month would go by and I needed to give him the $100. Not saying Tim is a bad person. Tim, if he honestly listens to this, I want to tell him that, he's a great person. It's just that after all the shit that happened, I had to leave Powerhouse Wrestling.
Yeah, that's where Paranoia kind of inspired you to leave it. Timothy Lyle, he kind of had not a partnership, but he was trying to pull some of the Chaotic Championship Wrestling guys into his federation, and you pretty much told him off.
Oh
almost.
Yeah. He tried getting Jay Lotus, our owner Brian. He tried getting Saint Sinner. He tried getting one of my good friends, Quickie, into joining, and I told them all, I've been down that road. If you want to do it, that's your fault. That's your problem. It's not mine. I'm just gonna stay out of it. But honestly, I wouldn't leave Chaotic Championship Wrestling.
J.R. York. Yeah, well, actually, before I mention J.R. York, Timothy Lyle, this is almost irony, because Timothy Lyle disdains on backyard wrestling.
He hates backyard wrestling.
But you guys, according to him,
it's because he doesn't like pooping on babies. I honestly don't have a problem with it because I fucking hate kids.
But you were holding when he drooled on your shirt.
Yeah.
It's another story. J.R. York, who's in CCW and Powerhouse, he just got his first match a couple weekends ago, which was kind of the final straw for you, basically. And then because he didn't, he only
went to 2 trainings.
Didn't have to pay a dime.
Didn't have to pay a dime.
And he got
a wrestling match.
He got squashed, pretty much.
Yeah, he got squashed. But the fact of the matter is, I've been working with Tim for 7-8 months, and I didn't get jack shit out of the deal. I never stepped into that ring once.
Yeah, except for training. Is there any jealousy about this?
There's no jealousy. Me and Jay Lotus know. Jay Lotus, JR,
yeah.
James York. Me and him both know that professional is something totally different than backyard. Mm-hmm. And the Wicked Clowns, JR, and my buddy Joker, they always have had my back ever since the Fed started, and I always will have their back.
Would you ever return?
Well, in the words of Eric Bischoff, never say never.
Yeah, enough said about that. Okay, we're going to go into rapid fire, which has some wrestling questions and then some other real life questions. Now you're done with Powerhouse, do you have any extra career plans?
Extra career plans in wrestling?
In anywhere.
In anywhere. Well, I'm still going to do my backyard wrestling stuff, and when we're talking about career opportunity, the one place I would love to work at is an insane asylum. And the reason is because when you go into a prison, working security at a prison, it's the same shit every day. It's, oh, this guy is having hostility issues in room 4, when in an insane asylum it's, hey, this guy's jerking off in the coleslaw in the kitchen, you need to stop this shit. Everything's new every day. Yeah, there's a little sodomy in prison, but you know what? Someone's more than likely to get shanked in the ear with a penis.
You have a girlfriend.
No, I don't.
You don't?
I'm joking.
Okay, your relationship with Jackie, how is that going?
it's good going as good as it goes when you know you're working 40 plus hours every week and she's going to college and working 2 jobs.
How long you been going out?
We've been going out. What's today?
July 30th.
July, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So that's 6.
7.
All right. So a year and 2 months.
Dang.
2 months, 3 months, somewhere around there.
They say love can't last. You've hinted on your blogs on MySpace about a change in mentality.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
Well, if anyone knows me, if anyone's known me from...
Did it get influenced by Spook Road?
No.
We'll talk about Spook Road later.
The way that it got influenced is just, you know, after all the shit I've done in my life, you know, going out, streaking in Winona, you know, fucking teabagging people while they're passed out on couches, shit like that. It just makes you think of the world and notice how funny it is. Just like even the most sinister things, like pooping on a baby and hitting it with a chair.
You've always
sounds hilarious.
You've always been like that, condoning that kind of activity,
Fucking lame.
criminal activity. All
There's
right.
nothing wrong with criminal activity.
Not really. All right, best wrestler, and you've been in SHF and CCW and Powerhouse, though you didn't get one match. Your best wrestler you've squared off with.
Best wrestler I've ever squared off with? Oh, that's a fucking hard one. I'd have to say... Holy shit. Going against, Joe in my first I Quit match.
Best wrestler. So that would be like your best match,
Oh,
presumably.
my best match is the I Quit match. The best wrestler that I've ever faced was Dimitri.
Mhm.
Dimitri knows what he's doing in the ring.
He's going for 2 titles. Worst wrestler.
Oh, Joe. There's no fucking doubt in my mind. Joe. No, not Joe. Hold on. This is really hard.
I always thought Joe would be mediocre.
Very hard. Oh, Manny. I love Manny to death, but Jesus
Manny.
Christ.
Yeah. I seen Manny. He, yeah.
Very big, very...
Big man.
Very bumbly.
There's a lot of big men in CCW, actually. You got Manny, you got,
Me, Quickie.
yeah, all those people. We never talked about this on the show, but you and I have been to wrestling events in the past.
Yes.
You have been to more pay-per-views than me, and that's one pay-per-view. Spring Stampede from WCW, the final Spring Stampede from Chicago. About 13,000 people filled that place. It was the first pay-per-view after Bischoff and Russo took over, and it was the title reset. How was the experience in Chicago for WCW?
In all honesty, that's the one reason why I hate getting drunk, because I forget all this shit.
I knew you'd forget.
Oh my god. I remember little bits and pieces, but the crowd was just... The air was just thick with intensity when I went there.
You have good seats.
I didn't have good seats at all. I had terrible fucking seats. But you know what? That was okay. I could still kind of sort of see the match, but there was this fat fucker right in front of me. And oh my god, I just wanted to like rape him. There's no other way to depict it. Just rape him, dude.
Well, Chicago full of rape, so I wouldn't seem to be surprised about that.
And the reason? Greg McAllister.
Yeah. Yeah, Greg McAllister does not condone rape, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, I do. If it wasn't for date rape, I'd never get laid.
And he's got a girlfriend.
She won't admit that I'm her boyfriend.
You speaking of teabag, because you won't even talking to her. Speaking of teabagging, you gonna keep farting in people's mouths, specifically mine?
You goddamn right.
You better not. I'm gonna put duct tape over my mouth or something. A breathe right nasal strip. Chances of getting back to writing a book.
Actually, that's what I'm hoping on. Blood, sweat, and broken bones is gonna finally get written.
Yeah.
Sooner than... Well, it's been in the process for 2 years now.
Yeah.
And, you know, after a while, after especially the shit at Spook Road, you you kind of want to throw an autobiography in there.
You've played 2 blackjack tournaments. You lost in the finals in the first one. You ripped off my presidency and won the second time around. You beat Justin Gardner, well, in the finals.
God loves anarchy.
Who's the most aggressive blackjack player you know?
Me.
Other than you.
Other than me. Oh, that's fucking hard. Justin Gardner, especially when he's hungover. Especially when he's hungover. Oh my god, he is a mean motherfucker.
We're starting up the third one, just so you know.
Right at the start.
On the second day of school.
Second day of school. If you're in, you're in, and I'm gonna whoop your ass, and I'm gonna come undisputed.
Oh yeah. Although there's a kind of a limit of 9 or 10, because we need enough cards.
Fair.
And the best part about working at KFC Long John Silver's.
Fucking with Cheyenne. There is no other way that I'd live at that place without fucking with her every day that I see her.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's just funny as shit when you work with an ex-girlfriend and you know you've done shit with her that she doesn't want anyone else to know, and you just, like, bash her constantly about it.
Does Greg not sound like a guy whose ex-girlfriend dumped him to go with a girl? Alright, we're doing some word association. This is where I shout out a name or a certain event, or anything for that matter, and you you comment on it as best as you can. This will probably be the best part. We can do a Greg rant and rave. Beginning with Barack Obama.
Pinko Commie / next President of the United States.
John McCain.
Right-wing nutjob / loser. There's no other way to depict that motherfucker.
George Carlin.
Jedi Master Carlin. He's the reason that I am so fucking funny.
The state of the wrestling industry in 2008.
Fucking terrible. And I'm part of the reason why it's so terrible.
Because you're in it.
Because I'm in the backyard wrestling business, and honestly, if we were back to the old ECW days, yeah, it'd be great. But because these fuckers are being so professional about everything they do,
so pyrotechnic.
Exactly. They have to fuck around with that.
Yeah.
Instead of, going back to the old days where you can jump off of a flaming table and knock the shit out of somebody.
And the TV ratings are going down. And not just TV 14, it's now TV PG.
Yep.
WWE's going TV PG.
Which is bullshit.
Here's a quick question. What was the last WWE pay-per-view that went TV PG? Because SummerSlam's this year's going PG.
Which is bullshit.
What's the last, although they put the violence warning down there, what's the last pay-per-view that went PG?
Probably something WCW, I wouldn't doubt that.
Well, I was actually talking about WWE. Because I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think WWE or WWF did that before.
WWE, actually they did. Because ratings came out 11 years ago, 1997, and it was Unforgiven in Your House, which was during the Attitude Era, before they changed it up.
I see.
Just a quick info. Back to the word association. Streeter.
Terrible fucking place.
Yeah.
Dying.
Yeah. Streeter High.
Everyone in Streeter's high.
The school!
Oh, the school! Okay.
You bastard. The school.
Even worse for the fact that some of the people that I knew from last year have left. Mr. Lowe for one. Miss B for another. Mr. Lowe, thank God that the school didn't screw him over. Miss B, she was probably the only one there that did get screwed over.
Here's an extra one. Mr. Lowe.
Mr. Lowe. Broke his leg last week.
Really?
Camping, yeah. Fun to drink with. Fun to drink with, that's true.
And he can admit that because he's fired, although he's getting paid till the end of the year.
Yep, getting paid.
Nice to be screwed and then screw over your former employer.
Well, that's what Miss Maskell gets, the fucking cunt.
Hopefully she doesn't hear that.
I hope she does.
Jackie. Girlfriend.
Fucking awesome.
Now a turn of the coat. Your sister Allison.
Fatty McFat is in Florida for the whole summer, and that's why I've been drinking so much.
Jake Gaddis.
Where the fuck has he been?
He's the god.
He's has this new girl, all this shit. You know what? Next paycheck, we have to go to LaSalle.
Yeah, we're going.
And see this motherfucker.
We're gonna put it on tape, folks. You're gonna see it here.
And I'm gonna rape him. You're gonna hear that bitch squeal.
As he normally does. What? Who? Him or the girl?
Well, both. I'll rape Jake first, and then she'll come into the room while I'm raping him, wondering what the fuck's going on, and then I'll hog tie Jake and make him watch me rape her.
And as long as the cops...
And then I'm going to get a baby, poop on it, and then hit it with a chair.
I can't answer back to that.
Maybe rape the baby. After I hit it with the chair.
Spook Road.
Bad fucking juju. I'm going back there tonight, and I'm worried.
Hulk Hogan.
Overrated. And a straight up pimp. Into overrated. He's an overrated pimp.
Gotten overrated in years. Recent years, actually.
Exactly.
Speaking of overrated and overrated egos, Triple H.
The only reason that he has the world title is because, notice, way back in WCW he was a nobody. Right when he started off in the WWF, he was nobody. But then when he started banging Stephanie, that's when he started getting the title shots.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what everyone, and by everyone I mean me, that's what everyone's been saying. Gas prices.
Fucking low.
Starting
to get lower.
$3.70.
I can actually drive around for once.
Yeah, here's a late breaking story. Michael McDonald, known as Stewart, and a whole bunch of other characters, leaving Mad TV after 10 seasons.
I'm going to cry when I see the next season.
To focus more on...
Without Michael McDonald.
On directing. He broke the record a couple of years ago.
If I ever go to like New York or wherever the fuck he's gonna be at, and I see him walking the streets, I'm gonna take him to an alleyway, poop on him, rape him, and then hit him with a chair. And the only reason I say rape is because he's a sexy motherfucker.
I think he's gonna stay in California.
Okay, then we'll go to California.
Just to focus, if it doesn't break off the coast. Miss B.
Beautiful lady. Beautiful lady. She knows the prime example of anarchy when you steal from a high school. Steal money from a high school. That's just beautiful. That's poetic right there.
She is no Toby Hope. Lastly, Gardner, Arnold, Zach, Nathan, me, you, Zephin, the whole cast of characters.
Our little group. Alright. I can sum this up in 3 words. Alright? Drunk, high, and stupid beyond belief.
You wrapped it up in 3 words. Well, there you have it, folks. A full 30 minutes almost of inside information from the one and only Greg McAllister.
You goddamn right.
Powerhouse Wrestling Show is this Saturday at the Total Rec for $10, and they're selling the front row seats
15
for 15.
And honestly, why would you buy the 15 when
no one shows up? Really,
you can go to the back. You can go and see somebody backstage without even going backstage, and just talking to me.
Yeah, pretty much, because they're all out there. A Powerhouse is this Saturday at the Total Rec. The Crowning, which I made the logo for, once again, sorry to brag, from an undisclosed location in Streeter, Saturday, August 9th.
$5 to get in.
$5 to get in.
A lot cheaper than Powerhouse.
Yeah.
A lot more fun than Powerhouse.
The backyard wrestling.
We might have beer.
The backyard wrestling.
Maybe a little ganj, who knows.
The backyard wrestling industry.
We might even make love to you. Just counts.
Yeah.
Counts if you're hot. I mean, if I'm drunk enough, I might do you even if you're not high.
In a dog pile.
Yeah, in a dog pile.
Pretty much.
We can do a circle jerk. Totally.
In the ring, too.
Yeah, even in the ring. If you want to get in the ring and circle jerk with me, I'm fine with that.
Ring makes for a good blanket. Greg McAllister, thank you very much for taking some of your time off to do this interview. Pleasure was all mine, and if you want to do an interview for yourself, just find me. I'm wearing the Triple H's skull on my shirt, and just
The throw-up shirt.
the throw-up shirt, or what Greg likes to call the throw-up shirt. But just find me. We'll do an interview with however much time we got. And before we leave, a special shout out to my sister-in-law's baby, Landon Olin Cook. He turns 1 year old tomorrow, and his birthday party is this Saturday night. So if you don't like Powerhouse, you could just come to my house.
Are you going to
and
Powerhouse?
parties. Yeah, I'm going to Powerhouse.
You're going to Powerhouse?
Yeah.
Fucking
But Saturday night's main event is on too.
Oh.
It's a 1 hour show, although I know what happens.
Yeah.
It's still entertaining. Nonetheless, this is Gary Moxley from Marilla Park signing off. And Greg McAllister. He will be back on Knott's Late Night Saturday or wherever soon.
Sometime soon.
Check out KI Championship Wrestling, MySpace and YouTube, and that's all we got is the music plays us out. See you later, everybody.
Peace.